All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Me here, talking about real music in real time for a few real people out there just like you and just like me. So, Paul McCartney drops an F bomb, and some people think it's appropriate and good, and we'll examine that. The English language has been suffering for a number of decades now, and people use four-letter words as adjectives. Although I'm going to cut Sir Paul a little bit of slack on this one because we all mess up. I mean, I'm driving around and it's not easy to, keep these words under wraps. But Paul McCartney, a little bit frustrated or a little incredulous over what's going on with the band Foreigner to this point, but maybe Sir Paul is going to tip the scales. So here's Grand. If you like Foreigner and Journey and Toto and Survivor and a lot of things, this is pretty good. This is second to none, in fact. It's actually the name of their album, and it also happens to be their second release. So see how I did that there? Second to none, second album. Maybe they did that. I didn't do anything. I'm just telling you about this, which I think is a little tedious because nobody cares for the most part. Here's the latest album from the greatest thing that I've ever heard. And it would be, all right, where's the clicker again? The clicker. All right, tell us about Paul McCartney and Foreigner, Dave. You're wasting our time. All right, Paul McCartney says something about Mick Jones. Well, specifically more about Foreigner. The former Beatle made a short NSFW video. I don't understand. Okay, so it's not safe for work. Is it safe for school? Is it safe for the supermarket? Is it safe for the convenience store? I mean, where is it not safe? Okay, it's just safe in just work locations or not safe in work locations. I'm confusing myself. It's a stupid term. It's not safe for work. So it also is saying that if you're at work, you're just surfing the internet. What do you do for work? Well, I'm a data entry clerk. So I basically just surf the net all day, man. Wow, that's a cool job. And people make fun of the YouTube thing. They do. And they should, by the way. They should. They should make fun of everything about me. And so far, everyone has. And so that's awesome. So Paul McCartney has a 3-word sort of retort. Well, actually, he says more. He says, Foreigner not in the Hall of Fame. WTF. Of course, he said, what the bleep. All right. And that's the NSFW part. You can't say the F word, but I've been alive for a long time now, and I've heard the English language take a sharp turn for just a real bottom feeder place. And it's been there for a while because people don't know the English language anymore. They don't know good words. They don't understand that there are adjectives out there that you could use. So again, I bet you Paul McCartney wasn't swearing all that much back in the 1960s, maybe a little bit. I bet you everybody's language has gotten worse in the last 30 or 40 years because this is how people communicate now. I want to say it was Star Trek 4, and I might be wrong, where Kirk and Spock come back to San Francisco, and they go back in time basically, and everybody is swearing, and I think one of the terms was dumbass, and then everybody was using that throughout in order to communicate, and so I think that was kind of like a commentary on how bad the language had become, and in the future, apparently, everybody has cleaned up their act, so we can look forward to that. But with Sir Paul, he's basically just putting it all out there for Foreigner, man. So there is a family connection linking Foreigner to Paul McCartney. Foreigner guitarist and chief songwriter Mick Jones is the stepfather of super producer Mark Ronson, who's worked with the likes of Amy Winehouse, Bruno Mars, and recently on the Barbie soundtrack. Ronson, it's not Mick, it's Mark Ronson, was also one of 4 producers who worked on McCartney's 2013 album, New. I'm Paul McCartney. I can name an album anything I want. McCartney, sent me this video back with his endorsement of Foreigner. Now, again, this is Mark Ronson talking here, but there's some stuff that you've never seen Paul McCartney do before. I've never seen Paul McCartney curse. He's a knight. That's Knight, by the way. I don't want to be the first person to ever post a video of Paul McCartney dropping an F-bomb. Why not? You'll be famous. And Paul McCartney, well, you know, this actually could be the tipping point to get Foreigner, or as they say down south here, Foreigner, into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If you have Paul McCartney's blessing, you would think that might make an impact. And the NSFW nature of McCartney's endorsement, another reason that Mick Jones and company should be in the Hall of Fame. Sadly, last week we learned that Mick Jones has Parkinson's disease, and this institution, if you want to call it that, they like to wait way too long to induct all of these Captain Obvious choices for the Hall of Fame. In addition to Foreigner, Ozzy Osbourne and Peter Frampton have also been nominated, and I believe they should also go in there, along with Kool and the Gang. And there may be a couple of others that I initially endorsed when I saw the list of possible inductees. So there you have it. Paul McCartney using the English language to perfection. Commentary on the state of the English language, a boost for Foreigner. Maybe they'll get a few more fan votes. But keep in mind, folks, fan votes don't always translate to inductions. Fan votes are probably, a factor, but they're not the number one factor in getting a band into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This entire process seems very arbitrary, very political, and it is so far behind. I did this video about how embarrassing it is for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And there are so many. I mean, there was a list. I think they posted a list of bands that aren't in the Hall of Fame. And the list just makes this institution look so stupid and so behind. Like, the year 2050, they'll get around to putting bands in from like 1970. It just, well, we waited 80 years to get into the Hall of Fame, but here we are. And nobody, not even the kids or the grandkids are there. I mean, they're lucky if they can find an ancestor to stand up there on stage and say, yes, this was my great uncle's band, and they were good. Anyway, this band too, they're pretty good. Grand, second to none. This is a band from Sweden. Really cool album cover. Really cool music on the inside that you can listen to. And I don't know, folks, maybe people just don't care about new stuff. I do get messages from people saying, you should really keep going on the new stuff. So there's the new stuff. Also, folks, Patreon, YouTube members, I need you guys. I need more of you guys. The algorithm in the last 2 to 3 weeks has reverted back to what was happening last year. I have no idea why some of the videos I do go out there and do really well, while other videos I do just, like 1,000 views, and then nobody watches them ever again after that. It's a mystery, but I need your help via Patreon and also through YouTube memberships. Also, we're living through very strange times politically and just in general. So if you do any praying, please pray for peace in the Middle East and all around the world, peace in your own heart. And, God can come back anytime now. It's cool. Jesus can come back because this place is just a mess. And we can't fix this on our own. If you haven't noticed, We're just arguing a lot about how we can fix it, but we can't really fix it. So thanks for watching. See you soon.